Hello children, today we are going to see Standard 10 Subject Science Chapter 6 Life Processes Part 2. Now let us continue with the previous session. Let us know about human blood, blood vessels and lymph. The blood vessels present in our body are arteries, veins and capillaries. Arteries are the vessels that have thick and elastic walls to resist pressure exerted by the heart. They carry the oxygenated blood from heart to various parts of the body. Veins. Veins, they collect deoxygenated blood from various parts of the body and brings into the heart. They do not need thick walls because the blood is not under pressure, but they have valves to control the flow of blood in one direction. The arteries branch into thin vessels called capillaries, reach the cells for the supply of materials. These capillaries rejoin at the other end to form veins. If the blood vessels are cut at any point by incident, then there will be leakage and loss of blood from the body. To prevent this, platelets present in the blood migrate to site of leakage and plug it temporarily. Later, a series of events takes place at permanent clotting of blood takes place. Apart from blood, there is one more fluid involved in transportation, that is lymph. It is a colorless fluid similar to plasma of blood. It is formed by plasma escape from the capillaries into the intercellular spaces. This fluid is called lymph, and it enters into lymphatic capillaries and joins with lymph vessels and finally opens into large veins. Lymph does two major jobs in our body. One, lymph carries digested and absorbed fat from intestine, and number two, drains excess fluid from extracellular space back into the blood. Move on to the next topic, excretion. Let's see excretion in human beings. Cells, as a part of their activity, they produce nitrogenous compound like urea and uric acid. These are toxic in nature and are to be excreted out from our body. Blood collects the compounds and carry them to the excretory system to filter them out. The human excretory system consists of a pair of kidneys, two ureter and urinary bladder, and urethra nephrons are the functional units of kidneys, which actually filters the blood. Each nephron consists of a cluster of capillaries and a tube with cup shape is the end called Bowman's capsule. Blood is filtered in this capsule. Toxic waste like urea, uric acid, creatinine along with water are separated. Certain useful material like glucose, amino acids and salts are also filtered, but reabsorbed back into the bloodstream. The water with the toxic waste molecules collected in the kidney is called urine. It is sent to the urinary bladder through ureter. Once the bladder is filled, it creates an urge to urinate. When we relax the bladder muscles to urinate, it passes out through urethra. Finally, we see transportation in plants. Plants have slow transport systems because of their slow energy need. In plants, the materials are mainly transported in two pathways. Number 1, food materials from the site of production to the site of storage, that is from leaf to stem or root. This conductive tissue is called phloem. The transport of this soluble product of photosynthesis from the leaf to other part is called translocation. The translocation of food and other substances takes place in the same tubes with the help of adjacent companion cells, both in upward and downward direction. The translocation is phloem is achieved by utilizing energy. Materials like sucrose is transferred in phloem. Tissue using energy from ATP. This increases the osmotic pressure of the tissue, causing water to move into it. This pressure moves the material in the phloem to tissue which have less pressure. This allows the phloem to move material according to the plant's needs. For example, in the spring sugar stored root or stem, tissue would be transported in the buds which need energy to grow. Number 2, water and minerals are conducted from roots to other parts through a specialized tissue called xylem. It consists of vessels and tracheids through which roots, stem and leaves are interconnected to form a continuous system of water conducting channels. At the root cells in contact with this soil actively take up ions. This creates difference in the concentration of these ions between the root and this soil. Water therefore moves into the root from soil to eliminate this difference. The effect of root pressure in transport of water is more important. At night. During the day, when these stomata are open, the transpiration pull becomes the major driving force in the movement of water in the xylem. Okay children, we have come to the end of this lesson. Now take down your homework. Take your textbook in page number 110 from 1 to 5, and also excretion in human beings from starting to structure of nephron. The structure of nephron you have to draw, it's very important. And also page number 112, 3 questions are there. This answer you have to write. And page number 113, from 1 to 13 questions are there. For this question you have to write the answers and learn them also. Please send me the answers very soon. Thank you children.